Hi, I've finished another arc and it comes out on the 6th of February and it is Black Star by Kwam Alexander. Now, this is the second one in the Door of No Return trilogy. I read that this year? Did I cut? No, we're in 2025 now, aren't we? I read it last year. Sure, it was last year. For the Yoto Carnegie. Or it might have been the year before. Do you know, I can't remember now. This is dreadful. Anyway, this is the second one in the trilogy, the Book of No Return trilogy. But you do not need to have read the first one to read this. If you have, it adds an extra layer to everything. But you don't need to know what happened in the first one to read this, if you see what I mean. Again, it's a book in verse. So, you know, it's vibrant. I like verse novels because everything is condensed and it's more vibrant. I can't explain it. Because everything is smaller, it's more vivid. Does that make sense? Anyway, I'll just shut up now and carry on with what I should be doing. We jump from where we left Kofi at the end of book one. And we are now in 1920s Virginia, in the American South, where there's segregation, where you've got the KKK. Kofi, or Nana Kofi as he's now called, is a grandfather. And the story focuses on his granddaughter, 12-year-old Charlene, or as she's called, Charlie. Charlie loves baseball. And she's good at it. She can beat the boys. And she dreams of becoming a professional baseball player. A lofty, lofty ambition for a young black girl at that time. She has a small group of friends, and we see the life of this community, the church gatherings, the church picnics. And when she challenges the pastor's son, who is a bit of a bully, to a baseball match, the consequences of that are, she just doesn't imagine what these consequences are going to be. And so the consequences of that give us an ending that we want to turn the page. We want to turn the page to see what happens next, but of course we can't. So he's left us, just as he did at the end of book one. Kwam Alexander has left us waiting. Although Nana Kofi isn't the main character, in his conversations with Charlie, in the things he tells her, for those of us who've read book one, he's filling in the gaps. We can now see what happened to this young lad in the end of book one. We can now see that. But as I said, it doesn't matter if you didn't know the first one, because he's telling the story anyway. And once again, the author gives us a glimpse of what life was like in the American South in Virginia. He's given us a history, a lesson in black history. And he introduces characters that were around at the time as well, that you can go and Google. And in Charlie, he gives you a girl who's almost ahead of her time, because she's wanting to challenge her role. You know, of course there's going to be female, you know, why can't I be a female baseball player? You know, she's challenging her role. But again, you've got violence. You've got the KKK and the violence that they bring. And it's violence that the adults try to shield Charlie from, until. I enjoyed this, and I enjoyed getting to know what happened to Kofi. I enjoyed seeing what happened to him. It wasn't as harrowing. The first book I found really, really harrowing. This wasn't. But it still packs a punch, a heartbreaking punch, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So that is Black Star by Kwame Alexander. Comes out on the 6th of February. So happy reading. Take care.